guys, it's Veronica and I'm back with another video. I have never filmed a video like this before, but I really like watching other people's favorites videos, and I thought, you know, I have favorite things too. Like I can make a video like that. So that's what I'm doing today. I don't know if this is something that I'm going to keep doing. It really depends on if you all are interested and if I have anything interesting to share in the future. So we'll see how it goes, but today I've got some free time, some sunlight, and yeah, why not? A couple disclaimers. I live next to a construction zone, so you might hear some noises from time to time. My hair is greasy, and that's just how it is right now. I'm gonna wash it later, don't worry about it. And third is that I've been trying to film this video for like the past hour and I didn't like how it turned out, so I'm doing it again, which is why my voice may sound a little yucky, because I just like have been talking nonstop. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. I did divide everything into categories and just to keep it organized. And the first category is movies. I watched a few movies over the past few months that I want to share with you guys. They didn't necessarily come out recently, but I just watched them recently. And the first one that I watched recently was Coco from Disney Pixar, and I thought it was so cute and amazing and emotional and colorful and really cool. The music was good, the animation was really cute, it was colorful, it made me cry a couple times, and I really liked seeing Mexican characters and Mexican heritage and hearing Mexican voice actors and Spanish language. So that was all really amazing, because if you didn't know, I am half Mexican, and even though I am not like deeply rooted in my heritage and culture, like I've never celebrated the Day of the Dead before. Even so, it was still really nice to see that representation. The next movie that I watched was Antman. This is also not a new movie, I'm aware, but I watched it recently because I was trying to catch up on all of the Marvel movies for Infinity War, which I did. I caught up and I watched Infinity War. Talk about that in another video probably. I didn't have high hopes for Antman. I thought it was gonna be like kind of dumb. Honestly, like I'm not a huge superhero movie fan. In watching some of the other Marvel movies, I thought this one might be shit, because some of the other movies are shit. Like for example, I really did not like Civil War. I really did not like Thor #2. What is that? Dark World. Yeah, some of the movies aren't that great. But Antman was really good. It was super funny. I love Paul Rudd. I liked the whole like backstory, the training montage, the science, and the villain. I believed the villain's motivations. Yeah, it was really good, and I cannot wait to see Ant-Man and the Wasp, because I think it's gonna be also really, really good. Last thing movie related is not really a movie, but I was scrolling through Crunchyroll trying to find something to watch, even though most of Crunchyroll is blocked in Korea. Boo, sucks to be me. But I came across this little short animated film. I think it was maybe 6 or 7 minutes long, and it's called Traveling Daru. And it's about this little girl who loses her handmade doll as she's like on her way to move to America, I think. And her doll is trying to find her. So he travels all around the world, meeting different little creatures and inanimate objects, and just trying to find his little girl. And it's really beautifully animated. There's so much beautiful like landscape and scenery that they incorporate, and the music is really nice, and there's no dialogue. So if you don't understand Japanese, then no worries, because there's nothing to understand anyways, because there's no dialogue. It's just visual and music. So I really recommend that one. It was very bittersweet and heartwarming, heart-wrenching at times. Took you on a roller coaster of emotions, and it was only 6 minutes long, so incredible. Next category is TV shows. So on Netflix, I'm a huge Netflix user. I watched The Good Place. I think I binged it in like 2 days, because there's 2 seasons out, right? Am I wrong? I think there's 2 seasons, right? on Netflix. Kristen Bell is super funny. I really like the whole premise and that they talk about ethics and afterlife, and they make you think about things, and they present it all in a very funny, witty way. So I really like The Good Place. I also have been watching Once Upon a Time. That's like a show about all of the fairy tale characters that have been cursed, and they get sent to our world, and they have to try and find ways to break different curses and beat different evil people. I watched it when it was first on TV, but it's been a while, so I rewatched the first season and I watched the second and third and I think part of the fourth season. So I am not finished yet, but I made a lot of progress, and it's a really like lighthearted show. Not that in that it's like funny or anything. It's a lot of like drama, but it's like fantasy. It's princesses and witches and spells and magic and all that kind of stuff. So it is whimsical. It's fantastical, there's romance, there's fighting. It's just like a fun show. I usually will put it on like while I'm cooking, and I'll watch it like when I eat dinner or something. It's like a fun show. Another show on Netflix that I found that was really incredibly funny was Kantaro. I hope I'm saying that right. I think the English translation is The Sweet Tooth Salaryman. It's got like a long title. And Kantaro is a man who works for this like publishing company as a salesman, and he goes out to different bookstores to sell what his company publishes to the bookstores. And in his free time, he sneaks off to different dessert shops, because his big secret is that he has this huge, insane sweet tooth, and he's obsessed with desserts, and he writes a blog about it anonymously. It's freaking food porn, that show. Like, it's, when I use the word porn, I don't use it lightly. Like, it is food porn. Beware. But it's so ridiculous and over the top, and every time he eats a dessert, he has these like insane dream sequences, fantasy sequences, and it's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. So highly recommend it. If you live in Japan, I'm really jealous of you, because all of the dessert shops that they show are real places, and you can actually go and eat the desserts that he eats. I really want to do that now. So if you live in Japan, go do it, please. And I wish that they would make a Korean version, like a Korean remake, and show off like dessert places in Korea, because I would really like to find some really amazing desserts out here. Another Japanese show that I've been watching again is The Devil is a Part-Timer. It's actually an anime. It's one of my favorites. I've watched it a few times before, and I always like to rewatch it when the weather starts to get warm and you start getting those summertime vibes, because it's about people working in these like part-time jobs in the summertime. The main characters are these like demons and angels from another realm, and they're part of this huge battle between good and evil. But during their battle, they get sucked through this portal that sends them to Earth, where they don't have any magic, and they kind of have to put their like conquering humanity on the back burner and try to survive. So the devil gets a job as a part-timer at a McDonald's type restaurant, and his enemy gets a job as like a tech support, phone support person. It's just like really funny seeing their lives totally change and how they're coping with human life, and it's really funny, and it just gives me good vibes. It's very lighthearted and funny, and I recommend that you watch it too in the summer. I also watched The Royal Wedding on TV. That was so much fun. I got together with my friends. We like drank a bunch of wine and we ate pizza. We put on funny hats and took pictures, and we talked about what everyone was wearing. I am a huge sucker for this kind of stuff. I like the pomp and circumstance. I like how grand it is. I like the fairy tale story, and Meghan Markle was so beautiful. I don't know if anybody else even really cares about this kind of stuff in 2018, but it was just really fun to watch for me, in my opinion. I also really enjoyed Donald Glover on SNL. I tried to watch all of his skits on YouTube because they upload all the clips, and I also watched his performances of his music, and they were really good. Speaking of that, let's get into the topic of music, because I've got a lot to share for my favorites music-wise for April and May. So like I just mentioned, Donald Glover performed on SNL and he did This Is America, which that has just been a huge cultural phenomenon, and I'm so glad that it happened, that he came out with that song and that video, because it really has been sparking conversation, and I've been really enjoying seeing people's reactions and discussions on Twitter and stuff like that about what it all means and what we should be taking away from that video. It's art. That shit is art. This Is America was a huge moment in May that I would be so stupid if I didn't mention it now, because it was amazing. Korean music wise, I listened to a lot of TVXQ. They came out with a new album and I love Yoonho. So I of course bought the album and I've been listening to it a lot. All of the songs on there are really good. They came out with 2 music videos, like one right after the other, so like thank you. I also really liked NCT. I don't know which NCT because there's like, they confuse me. Whoever sang Touch, them. Touch has been one of my favorite songs of this year, of 2018, because what a good song. I saw them perform it live at Dream Concert. They were amazing. I will link my Dream Concert vlog here. So go check that out and you can see their performance of Touch because it was so good. Also at Dream Concert, there's this group that is not famous called Into It, and they did a song called Snapshot. I never heard of them before, but they really caught my eye because they were voguing. Do you know what voguing is? Like I can't do it, obviously, but they can do it. They did it in their choreography and it was so amazing. I looked them up on YouTube. I watched the music video. The song is actually kind of fire and they are voguing and all of the members look like models. So they're my new favorite non-famous group and I hope that they get famous because everyone needs to see this group of boys voguing in public. Also, Korean music, but not K-pop, is an artist called LambC. I've been a fan of LambC for a really long time. Maybe not that long, but a long time. And his music is very like chill, kind of like R&B flavored. Sometimes he uses like acoustic guitar, piano, like I don't know, it's like very like jazzy at times. He writes a lot of love songs and just like songs about like being happy. I don't know, I just like his songs are very chill. They're very nice to listen to on my commute, just like in my house in the morning when I wake up. Sometimes I'll like put on a LambC playlist and just listen to LambC. And the reason I'm bringing him up in this video is because he just came out with his EP, Absent Side D. So he's got Absent Side A, B, C, and now D, and that one just came out. So I would recommend that you check that out if you're interested in finding out more like Korean indie kind of artists. One more artist I want to mention who is not Korean is a band called Mitsume from Japan, and I think they've been around for quite a while, but I'm just now finding out about them. And they've got really interesting style. It's very chill also. It's also very chill. And some of the songs are like really long and they're very like atmospheric to me. I like to listen to them like when I'm walking around or like deep in my thoughts. I can't understand what they're saying, but they help me think. One of my favorite songs is called Akogare. I don't know if I'm pronouncing anything right, but I don't know, maybe leave a link to it down below because that song is just so good. That one I could also put on repeat and just keep listening to it forever. Next, I think I can talk about beauty stuff. I'm not a makeup artist, but I am a human being. So I do use some beauty products. I have been using a shampoo from Innisfree, and I never really tried any hair products from Innisfree before, but I got their shampoo. I also got like the conditioning treatment, and I've just been really liking it. I think the scent is really fresh and it leaves me feeling clean, so I actually repurchased it for this month too. So I think I'm probably gonna keep going with Innisfree shampoo. It's just nice shampoo. It smells good, it's cheap, and the pump is nice, so it's good shampoo. For skincare, I've actually been doing this skincare for a while now, but I thought I'd bring it up since I haven't talked about my skincare routine since like a year ago, maybe more. Right now I'm using face wash from Innisfree. It's got like little granules in it. It's like a scrub. I use that one. I also use one by Belif sometimes, so I kind of mix it up. After cleansing, after I get out of the shower, then I use the IOPE Essence, and that stuff is really nice. I don't even use a cotton pad. I just put a couple drops on my hand and I pat it in. After that kind of dries down, then I use Cosrx Pads for acne. That one is a staple. I will probably always use that forever and ever and ever. After that, I just do moisturizer. One pump from this brand called Hanyul, and it smells really nice. It's kind of smells like roses, but like a little fresher than that. It's very light and it's like a gel consistency, so it's really nice for my skin because I'm a little bit oily, and also now that it's like warm weather, I prefer having gel moisturizer. So that is my very simple skincare routine. And the last category is random stuff. I recently purchased a little white and pink vacuum. It's been really nice to have a vacuum finally to clean up my apartment. I shed a lot of hair, so it's a lot easier cleaning it up that way with a vacuum than just having hair stuck to everything, or like trying to sweep it up and it's all stuck to the bottom of the broom, which is annoying. So I love my vacuum. It's been making me really happy. It makes my apartment feel very clean. I also bought recently this cup from Kakao Friends. It's like a little tumbler with a peach on the front, and it's very special because it has the plastic straw, but on top of the straw there's another lid to screw on top of the straw so that you can put the cup in your bag and it not spill. While tumblers, reusable cups and straws are nice in theory, you can't freaking travel with those because it's still got a hole and it still spills. But this one has a lid for the straw as well, so you just take the lid off the straw and you've got a regular tumbler, and then when you go to travel, then you put the lid on top of the straw. It's just like ingenious. Like, why hasn't anyone ever done that before? I don't get it. I don't know. If I'm ever out and about on the weekend and I want to have some water with me for free, then I will just put that in my purse. The last thing, finally, oh my god, is a webtoon that I've been reading called 우리 오빠는 아이돌. Oppa is an idol. Very simply, it's about this girl who gets a job at a company because her favorite K-pop idol is the like CEO of it. He's kind of like a figurehead CEO. He doesn't really do that much work there, but he like owns it technically, and his best friend is the actual like active CEO guy who runs everything. It's like a love triangle story, so it's very unrealistic because that shit would never ever happen, but it's very fun to read. It's very good practice for my Korean because I can understand some of it, and the parts that I don't understand I can look up in the dictionary, and I'm learning new words. Like I learned the word torai, which means like a crazy person. So I wait for the new episode every week. Comes out on Friday nights on the Naver Webtoon app. If you're into webtoons at all, let me know what webtoons that you like to read, especially for learning Korean, because I should probably read more than just that one. Alright, that's it for this video. Oh my god, I feel like this video is going to be so long. I'm going to try to trim it down. Oh my gosh, and my voice is very tired, so I'm going to stop now. I'm going to go have lunch, and I hope you're having a really nice day. Let me know down in the comments if you have watched or listened to anything that I mentioned. Also, what do you think about me doing favorites videos in the future? Obviously, they won't be this long. So yeah, just let me know what you think. If you want to see this again in the future, yeah, put it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!